Hello everyone, my name is Taylor Antone, and today I will be sharing my animation journey with you all. Before we start from the beginning, I will present the fruits of my labor created over these past few years in the form of my final demo reel. Enjoy! My first big dive into animating involved learning Cinema 4D, which allowed me to experiment with 3D modeling, rigging, and more. For example, one of the projects included in my demo reel is the Sneaky Walk cycle, which depicts a female character sneaking through a hallway late at night. In addition to reflecting my ability to model and rig a 3D character, this animation loop also depicts vital animation principles for a strong walk cycle, such as follow-through, overlapping action, timing and motion, arcs, and secondary action. A second 3D project I did is my Aviation Evolution project. To put simply, with this piece I learned how to morph object A into object B by using keyframes and the pose morph tag in Cinema 4D. The goal was to depict the history of an object, gadget, etc. I decided on airplanes and modeled 4 historical planes, each to the best of my ability. Additionally, I wanted to follow the concept of a child's toy airplane, which directed my choices in having a primary color scheme and simple geometry. Another project done entirely in Cinema 4D is my quarantine short story piece. Created in early 2020, just as the world began the crazy transition into quarantine, I wrote the silly story of waking up late for work, rushing about trying to get ready, and finding one's missing car keys, only to remember they now work from home. To bring the story to life, I modeled the furniture and the confused, sleepy protagonist. To portray the comedic and lighthearted tone I wanted, I took advantage of the camera movement, exaggerated character motion, and editing cuts and pacing. Another important aspect of my animation journey was experimentation. Some of my projects were driven with the sole purpose of experimenting with new methods and styles. Exhibit A, My Drive Imaginations, is a fleshed out animatic and one of my first projects where I truly experimented with mixing mediums, transitions, and sound design. In this project, I used 2D animation and photography to portray a non-linear narrative I wrote about the fluid and jumping thoughts one has during a long car ride. To best portray the idea and tone, I went abstract with the visual symbolism and sound design, as it morphed from one scene into another through frame-by-frame animation. Exhibit B, A Boy's Toy, was created to explore the themes of imagination and wonder. From this project, I included 2 pieces in my reel. One is a scene of the toys coming to life through the magic of imagination. The other piece is a simple close-up shot of the boy's footstep as he walks down the hallway to show rigging and modeling abilities. Through this piece, I learned and explored new workflows going between 3D and 2D to integrate them in a stylized way. The final exhibit within experimenting is my music festival ad piece. During this project, I focused more on creating an effective workflow between Cinema 4D, Photoshop, and After Effects to composite a vibrant and clean animation. I worked on fine-tuning my 3D modeling, creating effective composition shots by using white space, masking, coloring, and timing with ease in and ease out. This is a scene in the shot included in my reel of the party bus zooming across the screen and revealing the name of a music band, as well as the shot of a green-headed character bobbing his head to the music beat. The final stage of my animation journey at this point is finally discovering my niche and what I want to pursue a career in, which is 2D animation. My eureka moment was the broadcast design package I designed for an animation TV network called the Dark Horse Network. My approach for this, concept-wise, was to create a series of animations that reflected a humorous and lighthearted atmosphere while keeping them concise and uniform. To achieve this, I decided to employ 2D frame-by-frame animation techniques to take advantage of the fluidity and organic movement that it allows. This can be best seen in 3 pieces I included throughout my demo reel, starting with the station ID, which used rotoscoping of the curious unruly hand and the resulting explosion, which tells a fun and simple story of facing the consequences of one's mischievous deeds. With the station promo, I wanted to portray several different characters from the network's shows in an amusing way. For this reason, I decided to have the characters morph into one another, all while being abducted by an alien character. This kept it fast-paced, and the frame-by-frame animation allowed for easy morphing. For the bumper, I integrated 3D modeling elements and camera work with an overlaying frame-by-frame animation to establish an ominous tone and the mysterious setting that aligns with this specific show's themes and atmosphere. The story world animation was another project where I explored the possibilities of 2D frame-by-frame animation and storytelling through a short trailer done for an animation television series. I included a few pieces from this project in my demo reel which reflect the fast-paced and high-energy shots I created. Through this project, I was able to further develop my 2D animation process and integrate 3D elements to further push my concepts and give visual depth to the story world. Lastly, one of my more recent animations was the ceramics piece, which depicts the struggles that sometimes come with working on a pottery wheel. I chose to use a limited color scheme and messy brushstrokes to emulate the tactile feeling of working with pottery. With this piece, I found myself focusing more on style and concept, and overall just having fun with the more familiar technical process. This brings us to the present, where I am now seeking opportunities in 2D animation, and I'm very open to learning and partaking in any stages of the process, whether that is cleanup work, storyboarding, visual development, or otherwise. Other than that, I will continue to keep pushing myself to learn and grow my animation skills to better attain my goals of becoming a full-time animator. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and I hope you have a lovely day.